Hey, Leo. Welcome to your June 2021 love and romance reading. If you're sick and tired of stupid love readings and you wish us tarot readers would do something else for once, I see those comments all the time. You came to the right channel. You just clicked on the wrong video. I don't know what to tell you, my dears. Every week I do a forecast where I talk about everything other than love, so check those out. Once a month I do a love reading, and that's what this is here. This is love and romance for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. One more little shuffle here. Okay, Leo, I lied. One more. Okay, no, it feels right. I'm getting a flashing 7. I'm seeing the number 7 and it's flashing, flashing, flashing. So when spirit like flashes a number at me like that, it's being emphasized. Like, listen, listen. And oddly enough, when I'm shown the number 7, you're being asked to listen to your intuition, to listen to your guidance, to listen to what your gut is telling you. Okay? Some of you are like, oh, but my gut's not telling me anything because there's nobody in my life. Your gut is trying to lead you to your person. Okay? We're going to see what the cards have to say, and we're going to see how this message is going to apply to different ones of you. Keep in mind, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. First card here, my dears, is Page of Cups. Now, Page of Cups traditionally, when we're looking at tarot traditionally, Page of Cups could indicate some of you are dealing with a younger or playful or youthful water sign. Okay, so water sign could be Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. So traditionally, it's going to tell us that there's maybe for some of you someone at play here who could be younger than you or who maybe is a bit youthful. Okay, sometimes immature, but a bit youthful, childlike, playful kind of personality. For me in my readings, Page of Cups is going to indicate that there's something happening with the heart chakra opening up. I know a lot of people, when they look at love readings, they see Page of Cups and they're like, I'm out. I'm out. That's worse than Knight of Cups. Bye. I'm out. You know, because everybody wants the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups. But for me in my readings, Page of Cups is there's something happening with the heart chakra opening up. And I can even say in this feeling, I'm really getting the feeling or the sense of a declaration of love. I heard a declaration of fancy. That's not a word that I use. I don't know if somebody out there is like, I'm fancying someone and I want to let them know that I fancy them. Or somebody's like, oh, I hope someone lets me know that they fancy me. I don't use that word, but I just heard it. So that's applying to somebody. But there might be a revelation of feelings, okay? And for Leo, those of you that you're in that energy, uh you kind of feel like you want to take this chance to make this declaration because you think maybe it might be mutual, but you're in this energy where you're like, I just want to know. I'd rather know and just be kind of done with this so that if this isn't my person, I can move on. I can get it out of my head. Like, I'm ready for it. Yes or no, I'm ready for it. Role could be reversed. It could be somebody else coming at you. It could be somebody else coming at you. But I do feel there's like this timid, shy, almost nervous approach. Like, this is how I feel. What do you feel? What do you think about me? So some of you maybe kind of have been having a hunch or an intuition about somebody, but you've been dismissing it. And Spirit's like, hello, hello, hello. You're not paying attention. We're trying to tell you this person likes you. You know, so there could be here this person kind of stepping up to you because they might not be sure. They might have been trying to give you little signals. They may have been trying to drop little hints and you're like, I don't know. But I do feel some of you are receiving like this message of love. I'm even feeling like as I'm looking at this cup in his hand, the word peace offering. I just heard the word peace offering. So this could even be like someone feels like they messed up with you, or you feel like you messed up with somebody else. You feel the opportunity maybe was missed and you're trying to give it another try, trying to give it I'm hearing give it another go. Somebody out there is British. I don't know who, but I don't talk like that. I don't say fancy and give it a go. But if you're not British, still, this is the energy that's coming in here. Where there's this energy of trying to reconcile the past. Okay, reconcile the past. Um, and you got to listen to your gut here, not your fear, your gut. Those are two different things, right? Fun. That's the fun part, is differentiating the two. Which again, I gotta address these things in the podcast. I gotta get regular with the podcast. But my dears and my darlings, heart chakra opening up. So keep in mind, whenever the heart chakra opens up, we can get a little emotional. We can get a little overwhelmed. Some of you are like, how much more healing do I have to do before my person gets here? Why aren't they here? What do I have to do? What do I have to heal already? What block do I have to get rid of already? And it could be that the heart chakra is a little closed off, a little bit guarded. One of the ways that you can tell the heart chakra is opening is you might get super emotional at really little, trivial, random kinds of things. I know that's always been my experience. Anytime my heart chakra is opening up, I might cry at silly, not silly, but like commercials that you don't think you'd cry at, or songs, or little things might, get you emotional. And so this is one of the ways that you know your heart chakra is opening up. Okay. Your next card here is the Six of Wands. This is victory. This is beating out the competition. So for some of you, right, you might kind of see or sense that there's this person who's getting a lot of attention. There seem to be a lot of people after them or interested in them. And you're putting your hat in the ring here, so to speak, and you're beating out the competition. Or vice versa. They're looking at you like that. They're looking at you like you got all these options and all these people are after you. But they're stepping up with that declaration of love, like, Leo, would you consider me, please? Or vice versa here. But there's a sense or a feeling that maybe some of you have been intimidated by competition around somebody, or some of you have been intimidated by the options that are available for someone else. I feel the Six of Wands is like, this is really interesting to me, Leo, because the Leos that I have known have typically been confident. I haven't known many Leos who didn't know their sense of self-worth. That's not to say that Leos never struggle with that, or Leos don't uh you know uh deal with low self-esteem at points in their life, but typically, generally speaking, most Leos are not gonna downgrade. They're not gonna downgrade, they're not gonna settle, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing. But I feel some of you have manifested this person who is kind of checking off all the boxes here, so to speak, and now some of you are looking at it like, oh, but they're not gonna want me, or they're high above me, or they're getting all this attention. Why would they be interested in me? And I feel like the message here is that you're selling yourself short, which is very unlike you, Leo. Very unlike you. Okay, it could be the role is reversed. It could be that somebody is seeing you in this way, Leo, and you're like, why? Like, why isn't this person into me, or why aren't they opening up to me? They might just kind of be looking at you like you've got a lot of good things going on in your life. There's a lot of people interested in you. They might not feel or realize that you're serious, or that you're wanting to explore this. Like, they might kind of just feel like you're being nice, or you're being friendly, or you're just flirting, but there's this sense or this feeling of this dynamic of, like, as I'm looking at the Six of Wands, like you're high up on the horse and everybody's celebrating you, and there's just the sense of, here I am, little old me with my little cup. I'm at the wrong party. Everybody's got like sticks lit on fire, and I'm here with a cup full of liquid and a fish, right? Like, what am I even doing here? So it could be that this person's feeling a little bit out of place, in your world, or maybe you're feeling a little bit out of place in their world. It could literally be the dynamic of fire and water, right? Which typically is said not to be the most compatible, right? But, big, giant, massive but, it all depends on your placements and your level of maturity. I'm of the mindset that if two people love each other, even if they have the most opposing charts, if they really love each other, and if they're both mature, and if they're both of the mindset where they're willing to grow and, like, improve themselves, you can make a relationship work. If the desire is there to make it work, you're going to find a way to make it work if two people are mature. If they're mature and willing to grow, I don't think that, I mean, there's going to be challenges, but I do think that if people are committed to change and to growth, any two signs will make it work. But in the energy here, there could be a sense or a feeling of like coming from different worlds, right? I'm thinking of the old saying, a fish may fall in love with a bird, but where would they live? And I feel this might be what you're concerned about, or again, roles can be reversed, but there's affection here. There's affection here. So I kind of feel like, don't be quick to write this off. This is worth a conversation. This is worth discussing. Okay? Your next card here, my dears, is the Page of Pentacles. Okay? And this could be the options. It could be that you're feeling torn between a water sign and an earth sign. So earth signs are going to be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I almost said Gemini, and I'm like, no, Gemini is not an earth sign. But maybe Spirit put it to me because somebody out there is dealing with a Gemini, although it's not an earth sign. Here we have earth sign energy with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles has a lot to do also, though, with like grounding energy and choosing where you're putting your time, choosing where you're putting your focus, choosing where you're putting your energy, what you're choosing to cultivate. Okay, there could be kids in the mix here. Some of you might be in a situation where you're coming to that crossroads in a relationship where maybe you've met one another, and maybe both of you have children from previous relationships, and maybe both of you have met each other's children, and now it's coming to dun dun dun, we're going to introduce the kids to each other, right? Some of you may be dealing with that, but having the Six of Wands here is like, this is overcoming obstacles. The obstacles that you're so afraid of have solutions. Don't be quick to write it off. Don't be quick to just say, oh, here's going to be a challenge. Never mind, never mind. Because I feel there's a desire here. There's a desire for affection. There's a desire for closeness. But I feel like this is going to be a learning experience. With or without children in the picture, this is going to be a learning experience, right? Coming together and investing time and energy into each other, investing time and energy into this relationship. Your next card here is the Empress. All right, Major Arcana card. When the Major Arcana cards come up, in my readings to just basically let us know that you're coming into a significant new chapter in your life. You're coming into a significant crossroads. When they come up for me in a love reading, it typically tells me there's a strong past life connection and that you all have met for a specific reason. Okay, there's like a past life connection. There's like a contract, an agreement that you were going to meet in this lifetime for a specific reason. The Empress card, the Empress energy here is basically gosh, it's so deep. It's so deep. It's typically characterized as like a very strong, confident woman who embodies the energy of all of the queens. So we will have the sexy, feisty, driven, ambitious, life of the party, independent Queen of Wands. We'll have the nurturing, intuitive, motherly, caring, nurturing Queen of Cups. We'll have the, quick-witted, philosophical, no-nonsense, tough as nails Queen of Swords. We'll have the business-savvy, homemaker, lover of life, work hard, play hard, Queen of Pentacles. She's all of the queens in one. Also can indicate that mothering or motherly energy, can indicate a very entrepreneur type of feminine energy. So this could be why there's a bit of a delay. Like somebody might be looking at you like, wow, I just don't see what this Empress person would want from me, or vice versa. However, Empress for me goes a little deeper here when I talk about the contract and the agreement. Okay, typically when the Empress is coming up as the contract, the agreement, you're dealing in a situation where you're dealing with somebody who, and we all do it, women do it also, Okay, so I'm not just saying that somebody is dealing with a man who's doing this. Women do this also. You're dealing with someone who looks at people and at women particularly and puts them into categories, right? Oh, like that's the kind of girl I'd like to call and go party with. I'd like to take her out for a few drinks and all. That's the kind of girl that I would really love to sit down and talk about business with. Maybe we can get something going together. Maybe we can get some kind of a venture. Maybe I can get business advice from her. Oh, that's the kind of woman I'd love to have a deep conversation with. Oh, fascinating, right? Oh, and that's the kind of woman that I would take home to mother. That's the kind of woman I would introduce to my friends and family. That's going to be a good a good wife or mother, right? Or even husband. Maybe you're looking at this as like husbands or like man energy, like, oh, that guy's a player, that guy's an f-boy, that guy's a good business guy, oh, that guy's gonna be a good dad. Like, we kind of put people into categories or into boxes. And um, when the Empress card comes up as the contract or the agreement, you're in a situation where one person is just absolutely blown away by this other person. Like, I don't even know how to approach her. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know, like, how do you approach somebody like that? They're confused. They're baffled. They're baffled, right? They can't pull out the same old lines. They can't pull out the same old I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm giggling. I'm giggling. I'm giggling. I'm giggling. When I used to teach, we had something that teachers would kind of put down, and they would call it canned curriculum, right? Like, you would just buy it off Amazon, or you would just have it and you would just every year do the same thing. Like, oh, okay, it's December, pull out the December stuff. Okay, it's September, pull out the September stuff. Like, like just like this recycled old routine. And some of you are dealing with someone who has a bit of a routine, and that routine doesn't apply to you. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so some of you maybe are being kind of challenged. Maybe Leo, maybe some of you are the one who feel baffled by this person. But the heart chakra is opening up here. And I feel you're coming into the energy, those of you who are baffled, where you're like, I just need to know. I'm just going to shoot straight. And some of you are going to be very, very surprised that, you know what, there is a mutual interest here. There is a possibility here. But overall, I just kind of feel like there might also be issues of motherhood here. I do, because we have all of the pages. And it could be here where it's not out of the question, but it may not be the right time right now. And some of you might have this fear. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sagittarius may have had something similar, where there was like this thing of like, well, oh no, it was Aquarius. Aquarius had something similar. Maybe some of you are dealing with an Aquarius, but it's like this, well, I don't want to get all invested, and I don't want them to string me along and say, oh, maybe, and then later it never happens. I don't feel that this is somebody stringing you along. I feel this is someone who genuinely is working on the timing of like, when it comes to things like kids. This is someone who genuinely is concerned about the timing of it, the timing and the circumstances. Some of you have been after this person a long time, or they've been after you a long time, and things are finally starting to align and line up so that you all can actually be together. Your next card here is the Knight of Cups. Right? So I told you there's some growth that needs to happen. And the page is going from the page to the knight. Okay? Maybe not quite a king just yet, but there's growth happening here. There's growth happening here. So I kind of feel like, for those of you where you're feeling this pull and you're feeling really kind of overwhelmed by like the wow or the magic of this person, I feel that they're willing to be a part of your journey and have you be a part of theirs. If it's on the other way, you have somebody who's stepping up and you feel and you sense that they have growth to do. They're growing. They're growing, right? Maybe not quite at the level where you want things to be, but I really feel this is someone who is genuinely invested. I feel a strong sense or an energy where one of you in this dynamic was at one point a player. And they're coming out of the player ways, right? And the other person is like, are you sure though? Are you sure? Are you sure that's behind you? Well, the reason, not always, but I would say the majority of the time when people are playing and they're around playing, uh, is because they need to sample, everything. They want a little bit of everything. And now coming upon this Empress energy, right? Everything in one. It's like one-stop shop. You need not look elsewhere. So I feel someone might be looking at you, at Leo, like they've met their match, in the sense of like they're not gonna find better than you, or vice versa. I feel some of you are like getting a lot of communication, or hearing a lot of messages regarding an ex, who's like asking around about you or wanting to know what's going on around you. And I feel like that there's somebody who just has not been able to have happy or positive relationships since you, because nobody's quite matching up to you. Nobody's quite matching up to your level and what you bring to the table. um in an existing relationship, I do feel there's some long-term issues that are beginning to be resolved. And I keep hearing diagnosis, diagnosis, diagnosis. I really, really want to be careful here with this message, because I'm not a medical medium. I'm an intuitive person, and I will pick up things intuitively as I'm reading the cards, but I don't have the gift of doing medical readings. So please do not schedule a reading with me and be like, oh my gosh, please tell me what's going on with my liver, or is this operation going to succeed, or I can't tell you that. That's not one of my gifts. But I keep hearing diagnosis. And so I feel like something is being diagnosed within an existing couple or existing relationship, that's like, oh my gosh, everything makes sense now. Everything makes sense. And it could be a mental health situation. It could be something having to do with the way people connect, although physical things can also affect moods and behaviors. But I feel like there's some kind of diagnosis, and once that is made, progress is being made, and like the relationship's beginning to move forward again. There's some kind of reassurance, like this reassuring energy, like, oh my gosh, we know what the issue is, we know why this has been happening, and now we know how to address it. Now we know how to deal with it, how to navigate it. So I feel like almost like like there's this stormy sea, but like the captain of the ship is figuring out how to navigate the waves, or starting like to go with the flow, starting to like ride the waves to the point where it begins to just kind of feel effortless, right? Like it's not such a hard struggle. Like you know what the issue is, and now you can kind of write it out, or you can like, instead of pushing against it, you know how to just kind of roll with it. That's the best way I can describe it, because I don't know what it is. This is a general reading. I can't say for every single person, but I'm getting this feeling or this sense of, okay, this is how we can write out this mood, or this kind of behavior. So I do feel like there's an improvement. Okay, with all these pages here, it could be something within children. Maybe children have been creating tension in a relationship, and there could be a diagnosis coming there that's going to bring a lot of relief into a family unit, where it's like, oh my gosh, we've been going about this wrong. We've been trying to create, correct the behaviors, but it hasn't been working. And now we know why it hasn't been working. Now we can try a different approach, or a different angle, a different way. So again, general reading, not every single part's going to resonate for you. I would encourage you to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos, your Venus sign. If this isn't your Venus sign, you may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. And my dears, my darlings, please don't forget to check out the weekly forecasts. Podcasts are going to start becoming more regular soon as well. I promise you that. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, my dears.